Lesson 1, Factual and Negative Factual Questions. B. Negative Factual Questions. Negative factual questions ask you to determine which of the four answer choices is not given in the passage. These questions contain the words not, except, or least. And these words always appear in uppercase letters. According to the passage, all of the following are true except which of the following is not mentioned in the passage? Which of the following is least likely? To answer this kind of question, you need to scan the passage to find answers that are correct or that are mentioned in the passage, correct or mentioned. The correct answer, of course, is the one that doesn't appear or is mentioned in another context. Sometimes the three incorrect choices are clustered in one or two sentences. Sometimes they are scattered throughout the passage and will take you more time to find. Negative factual questions take more time to answer than most of the other types of questions. You may want to skip these questions. Remember to skip. Come back to them later by using the review feature. Here's a part of one of the passages from the reading preview test and a negative factual question about it. Read the question first. In this passage, the author does not provide the specific example of a bird that is affected by behavioral barriers, an aquatic animal that is blocked by physical barriers, a land animal that is affected by behavioral barriers, a tree that has spread by means of corridor. Right now, I'm just gonna read all the passage, but do not do this while taking the test. What constitutes barriers depends on the species and its method of dispersal. Some are physical barriers. For land animals, bodies of waters, chain of mountains, and deserts are effective. Land animals. For example, the American bison spread throughout the open grasslands of North America, but in southern part of the continent there are deserts. So the bison could not spread there. For aquatic creatures, strong currents, differences in salinity, or land areas may serve as barriers. No example for aquatic creatures? Some barriers involve competition with other species. A dandelion seed may be carried by the wind to bare ground, and if environmental factors are right, it may germinate. There is not much chance, however, that any individual seedling will survive. Most places that are suitable for the growth of dandelions are already occupied by other plants that are well adapted to the area. The dandelion seedling must compete with these plants for space, water, light, and nutrients. Facing such stiff competition, the chances of survival are slim. For animals, some barriers are behavioral. The blue spotted salamander lives only on mountain slopes in the southern Appalachian highlands. Although these creatures could survive in the river valleys, they never venture there. Birds that fly a long distance often remain in very limited areas. Kirkland warblers are found only in few places in Michigan in the summer and fly to the Bahama in the winter. No physical barriers restrict to the warbles to these two locations, yet they never spread beyond these boundaries. Brazil's Amazon River serves as a northern or southern boundary for many species of birds. They could freely fly over the river, but they seldom do. There are three types of natural pathways by which organisms can overcome barriers. One type is called corridor. A corridor consists of a single type of habitat that passes through various other types of habitats. North America's Rocky Mountains, which stretch from Alaska to northern Mexico, is an example. Various types of trees, such as an Engelmann spruce, can be found not only at the northern end of the corridor in Alaska, but also at higher elevations along the entire length of the corridor. I guess answer D is incorrect because it is mentioned in a passage. A land animal that is affected by behavioral barriers. A land animal. Can you find the land animal? The land animals. Their sample American bison. CD, okay. A bird that is affected by behavior barriers. Okay, let's read the explanation. The author does provide an example of bird that is affected by behavioral barriers in paragraph 4. In the same paragraph, yep, paragraph 4, for animals some barriers are behavioral. The blue spotted salamanders live on the mountain slope in southern blah blah blah. Although these creatures could survive blah blah blah, birds that fly long distance often remain in very limited areas. Kirkland warblers are found only, yep, birds, Kirkland warblers. Contohnya, Kirkland warblers. The answer is B. In paragraph 4, we can find land animal that is affected by behavioral barriers, the blue spotted salamanders. In paragraph 5, the author gives an example of tree that spread by means of corridor. The author mentions that aquatic animals are blocked by physical barriers but does not give a specific example of any of these animals. But let's find a paragraph 4, Kirkland warblers, land animal of behavioral, the blue spotted salamanders, paragraph 4, blue spotted salamanders. Can you find blue spotted salamanders? Yep, blue spotted salamanders. Paragraph 5, it's obvious. Corridor and tree. Yeah, that's it.